Hey everyone, welcome back to another Joy English lesson. Today, we're going to dive into IELTS Speaking Part 1 and explore the topic of pen and pencil. This lesson is broken down into two parts. First, we'll listen to an example conversation between an examiner and an examinee. That showcases a Band 9 model answer and some useful vocabulary and phrases to help you boost your speaking test score from 6 to 9. Then we will break down the strengths of this sample answer to show you why this answer can get a high band. Second, I'll break down these vocabularies and phrases, explaining how you can incorporate them into your own responses. You're free to grab your pen and paper if you want to take some notes. Just skip ahead to the second section and get ready to study these essentials. Now let's get started.
Do you usually use a pen or a pencil?
To be honest, I'm quite particular about my writing instruments. In general, I prefer using pens over pencils. There's something about the feel of ink flowing onto paper that just feels more permanent and satisfying to me. Plus, with pens, you get a nice clear line, which is perfect for everyday writing or even taking notes in class. That being said, if I'm doing some quick sketches or brainstorming ideas, I'll often reach for a pencil instead. It's great for rough drafts and experimentation.
Now let's break down the strengths of this sample answer. First, coherence and fluency. The candidate starts with a clear and concise response, to be honest, and maintains a steady pace throughout the conversation. They use transition words like in general and general, that being said, to connect their ideas, making it easy to follow their thought process. Second, vocabulary range. The candidate uses a variety of vocabulary, including some more formal expressions. For example, permanence, satisfying, and idiomatic language. For example, the feel of ink flowing onto paper. They also demonstrate an ability to use different words to convey the same meaning. For example, permanent and clear line. Third, pragmatic language. The candidate shows a good understanding of the topic by using practical examples. For example, everyday writing, taking notes in class, and making relevant comparisons. For example, pencils versus pens. They also demonstrate an ability to adapt their language to the situation, switching between formal and informal tone as needed. Cooperation and engagement. The candidate engages with the examiner's question, "Do you usually use a pen or a pencil?" by providing a thoughtful and detailed response. They show interest in the topic and are willing to share their opinions and experiences, making the conversation feel natural and enjoyable. Question 2.
Which do you use more often, pen or pencil?
I'd say I use pens more often, but not excessively so. In most cases, when I'm writing for school or work, a pen is my go-to choice. It's convenient and gets the job done quickly. However, if I'm doing some casual doodling or jotting down ideas, a pencil might be more suitable. It allows me to make quick corrections without making a permanent mark on paper. So while pens are my preference, I do use pencils occasionally too.
The sample answer can get a high band, 7 or 8, in the IELTS speaking test for several reasons. First, clear structure. The candidate provides a clear and organized response to the question, using transitional phrases like however and so, to connect their ideas. Second, vocabulary range. The candidate uses a variety of vocabulary words, such as convenient, go-to choice, casual doodling, and make quick corrections. This demonstrates a good command of English vocabulary. Third, pragmatic language. The candidate provides specific examples of when they use each writing instrument, demonstrating an understanding of the topic. For example, they explain that pens are their go-to choice for school or work because they're convenient and get the job done quickly. Coherence and fluency. The candidate maintains a steady pace throughout the conversation, using transitional phrases to connect their ideas and speaking in a natural-sounding way. Engagement and cooperation. The candidate shows willingness to share their opinions and experiences and engages with the examiner's question. They provide a balanced view of their preferences for pens and pencils and acknowledge that they use both instruments occasionally. Question 3.
When was the last time you bought a pen or pencil?
I think it was just yesterday, actually. I was getting some stationery for a friend's birthday party, and I ended up picking out a few pens and pencils to go along with some notebooks. It was one of those impulse buys, but I figured it would be a nice gesture to include some writing essentials in the gift. I haven't needed any new pens or pencils myself recently, so it was kind of a treat to get something new.
The sample answer can get a high band, 7 or 8, in the IELTS speaking test for several reasons. Coherence and fluency. The candidate provides a clear and organized response to the question, using transitional phrases. For example, I think it was just yesterday, actually, to connect their ideas. Vocabulary range. The candidate uses a variety of vocabulary words, such as impulse buys, nice gesture, and writing essentials. This demonstrates a good command of English vocabulary. Pragmatic language. The candidate provides specific examples of when they bought pens and pencils. For example, for a friend's birthday party, demonstrating an understanding of the topic. They also explain why they made the purchase, which shows their ability to justify their actions. Engagement and cooperation. The candidate shows willingness to share their opinions and experiences and engages with the examiner's question. They provide a balanced view of the situation, mentioning that it was both an impulse buy and a nice gesture. Use of idiomatic language. The candidate uses idiomatic expressions such as one of those impulse buys and kind of a treat which demonstrates their ability to use English in a natural-sounding way. Question 4.
What do you think if someone gives you a pen or a pencil as a present?
I think it's really sweet when someone gives me a pen or pencil as a gift. It shows they've been paying attention to my interests and hobbies, and that they care about the things I like to do. Plus, pens and pencils can be quite practical gifts, so it's always nice to have some new writing essentials on hand. But what really makes it special is the thought behind the gift. It's a nice reminder that someone has taken the time to think about me and my needs.
The sample answer can get a high band, 7 or 8, in the IELTS speaking test for several reasons. Clear opinion. The candidate clearly expresses their opinion on what they think if someone gives them a pen or pencil as a present, using phrases like, "I think it's really sweet and it shows they've been paying attention to my interests." Vocabulary range. The candidate uses a variety of vocabulary words, such as sweet, practical, and thoughtful, which demonstrates their ability to use English vocabulary effectively. Pragmatic language. The candidate provides specific examples of why they think receiving a pen or pencil as a gift is significant, such as it showing someone cares about their interests and hobbies, which demonstrates an understanding of the topic. Coherence and fluency. The candidate maintains a steady pace throughout the conversation, using transitional phrases like plus and but what really makes it special is to connect their ideas. Engagement and cooperation. The candidate shows willingness to share their opinions and experiences, and engages with the examiner's question. They provide a balanced view of the situation, highlighting both the practicality and thoughtfulness behind the gift. Use of idiomatic language. The candidate uses idiomatic expressions like it shows they've been paying attention and a nice reminder that someone has taken the time, which demonstrates their ability to use English in a natural-sounding way. To be honest. This phrase shows that the speaker is being truthful and sincere in their response. Use this phrase at the beginning of your response to show that you're being genuine and open. Example sentences. To be honest, I've never been a big fan of public speaking. To be honest, I'm not very good at playing musical instruments. To be honest, I think the movie was pretty disappointing. To be honest, I haven't had much experience with that topic. To be honest, I'm a bit nervous about this presentation. Quite particular. Explanation. This phrase shows that the speaker has specific preferences or standards when it comes to writing instruments. How to use it. Use this phrase to describe your own preferences or habits in everyday life. Example sentences. I'm quite particular about my coffee, so I only drink it from certain cafes. She's quite particular about her fashion sense and only wears designer clothes. He's quite particular about his exercise routine and only does yoga on Tuesdays. We're quite particular about our food choices and only eat organic produce. They're quite particular about their travel plans and always book hotels in advance. In general. Explanation. This phrase shows that the speaker is making a general statement or describing a common tendency. How to use it. Use this phrase to introduce a general statement or describe a trend. Example sentences. In general, I prefer reading fiction books over nonfiction ones. In general, people tend to be more stressed during exam periods. In general, the best way to learn a new language is through immersion. In general, most people enjoy their summer vacations more than winter holidays. In general, the quality of food in Japan is considered to be very high. There's something. Explanation. This phrase shows that the speaker has a personal or emotional connection with the topic being discussed. How to use it. Use this phrase to express your own feelings or opinions about something. Example sentences. There's something about this song that just makes me want to dance. There's something so comforting about a warm cup of tea on a cold day. There's something I love about traveling alone and exploring new places. There's something so exciting about trying new foods for the first time. There's something about this book that really spoke to me and changed my perspective. Perfect for. Explanation. This phrase shows that the speaker is describing a situation or activity where something is well suited or suitable. How to use it. Use this phrase to describe a situation where something is particularly effective or suitable. Example sentences. This new restaurant is perfect for special occasions like anniversaries. That exercise routine is perfect for people who want to lose weight quickly. This new app is perfect for staying connected with friends and family overseas. This coffee shop is perfect for studying or working on a laptop. That hotel is perfect for honeymooners looking for a romantic getaway. Rough drafts. Explanation. This phrase shows that the speaker is referring to an early unfinished version of something, like writing. How to use it. Use this phrase to describe your own creative process or habits. Example sentences. I usually do rough drafts for my writing before refining them. She does rough sketches for her art projects before adding details. He does rough estimates for his business proposals before finalizing them. We do rough outlines for our group presentations before rehearsing them. They do rough translations of foreign language texts before editing them. I'd say. Explanation. This phrase shows that the speaker is estimating or making an approximation about something. How to use it. Use this phrase when you're describing a tendency, habit, or frequency, but don't have exact figures. Example sentences. I'd say most people prefer mornings over afternoons for their daily routines. I'd say the majority of tourists visiting Paris come from Europe. I'd say it's not uncommon for students to feel overwhelmed during exam periods. I'd say a significant number of people have switched to digital payment methods. I'd say many professionals in this field consider experience-based learning to be superior. Not excessively so. Explanation. This phrase shows that the speaker is emphasizing moderation or balance. How to use it. Use this phrase when you're describing a tendency, habit, or frequency that's not extreme but still noticeable. Example sentences. I don't eat spicy food, not excessively so. Just a little heat is fine for me. She doesn't watch too much TV, just an hour or two in the evening. He doesn't drink coffee, not excessively so, just 1 cup in the morning to stay awake. We don't travel abroad, not excessively so, just a few times a year is sufficient. They don't spend all day on social media, just a few hours here and there. Convenient. Explanation. This word shows that something makes it easy or efficient to do something. How to use it. Use this word when you're describing a situation where something saves time, effort, or trouble. Example sentences. Using online banking is convenient for managing my finances remotely. Having a meal delivery service is convenient when I'm short on time. Being able to work from home is convenient for parents with young children. Having a portable charger is convenient for travelers who need quick recharges. Using a language translation app is convenient for communicating abroad. Gets the job done quickly. Explanation. This phrase shows that something is efficient or effective in achieving its purpose. How to use it. Use this phrase when you're describing a situation where something produces results rapidly. Example sentences. Using a task management app gets my daily tasks done quickly and efficiently. Attending a workshop on time management gets me organized and productive fast. Hiring a professional organizer gets my living space tidy and clutter-free quickly. Implementing automation tools gets repetitive tasks done quickly and accurately. Reading a summary report gets me informed about the main points of an article quickly. Without making a permanent mark. Explanation. This phrase shows that something is temporary or reversible, unlike a permanent change. How to use it. Use this phrase when you're describing a situation where something can be changed or corrected without lasting consequences. Example sentences. Erasing pencil marks without making a permanent mark on my notes is easy. Being able to undo mistakes without making a permanent impact is reassuring. Having the option to cancel a subscription without making a permanent commitment is convenient. Being able to revise an essay without making a lasting impression is helpful for learning. Having the ability to return or exchange a product without making a permanent decision is fair. I think. Explanation. This phrase shows that the speaker is making an educated guess or estimation about something. How to use it. Use this phrase when you're describing a situation where you're not certain but have a good idea. I think the weather will be sunny tomorrow. Making an educated guess. I think the new restaurant is quite popular. Having a general impression. I think my favorite book is still To Kill a Mockingbird. Reflecting on personal opinions. I think most people prefer weekends over weekdays for relaxation. Making an estimate. I think this city has the best food in the country. Expressing a strong opinion. Impulse buy. Explanation. This phrase shows that someone makes a purchase without much thought or planning. How to use it. Use this phrase when you're describing a situation where you acted on instinct rather than careful consideration. Example sentences. I made an impulse buy at the shopping mall yesterday. Making a spontaneous purchase. She always buys designer clothes on impulse, never thinking about the price tag. Describing someone's shopping habits. He often buys gadgets online without reading reviews or checking prices first, showing someone's impulsive nature. We decided to go on a last-minute vacation after seeing an advertisement, making a spontaneous decision. They tend to buy luxury items on impulse, never thinking about the consequences. Describing someone's spending habits. Kind of. Explanation. This phrase shows that something is partially true or has some degree of truth. How to use it. Use this phrase when you're describing a situation where what you say is not entirely accurate but has some basis in reality. I'm kind of tired after the long flight. Partially describing one's state. He's kind of a perfectionist, which can be both good and bad. Describing someone's personality. The new policy is kind of confusing, but I'll try to understand it. Explaining something that's not entirely clear. We're kind of busy this weekend, so we might have to reschedule the plans. It was kind of chilly last night, wasn't it? Making a comment about the weather. Really? Explanation. This adverb emphasizes the extent to which something is true. How to use it. Use this word to express strong agreement or emphasis in your speaking test answers. Example sentences. I really enjoy trying new foods when I travel. expressing strong enthusiasm. The new movie was really good. I loved it. Showing strong approval. I really appreciate the extra help you gave me with my project. Expressing gratitude. It's really important to have a good work-life balance these days. Emphasizing importance. The city is really beautiful in the spring when all the flowers are blooming. Describing something as truly lovely. Shows. Explanation. This verb indicates that someone or something demonstrates or reveals something about themselves. How to use it. Use this word to describe behaviors, actions, or qualities that reveal characteristics of a person, place, or a thing. His smile shows he's confident and friendly, describing someone's personality. The new policy shows the company is committed to sustainability, explaining a corporate decision. Her latest art piece shows a lot of creativity and imagination, praising an artist's work. The city's traffic congestion shows it's in need of infrastructure improvements, describing a problem. His dedication to his work shows he's passionate about what he does, describing someone's professionalism. Practical. Explanation. This adjective describes something that is useful, functional, and effective. How to use it. Use this word when describing gifts, tools, or resources that serve a specific purpose. Example sentences. A good knife is a practical tool for any chef. Dining a useful kitchen item. The new app offers a lot of practical features for managing finances. Explaining the benefits of an app. This book provides some practical advice for starting your own business. A reliable car is a practical necessity for many people, emphasizing the importance of having a good vehicle. The course covers some practical skills that can be applied immediately, describing the benefits of a training program. Nice reminder. Explanation. This phrase describes something that serves as a pleasant and reassuring experience. How to use it. Use this phrase when describing situations or gifts that bring people comfort, joy, or a sense of connection. Receiving a handwritten letter is always a nice reminder of someone's thoughtfulness, describing the value of personal correspondence. A warm hug from a loved one can be a nice reminder that they care about you, explaining the comfort of physical touch. Finding an old photograph can be a nice reminder of happy memories, describing the joy of nostalgia. Receiving a surprise gift is always a nice reminder that someone is thinking of you, describing the delight of unexpected gestures. A beautiful sunset can be a nice reminder to appreciate the beauty in life, explaining the importance of mindfulness. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe for more episodes.